Disclaimer, I have no idea what I'm doing. Bus update. For the past 2 weeks, it's been at the mechanics. Basically what my mechanic told me was that the steel beams that run under the bus are all rusted. So project number 1 is ripping out all of the floor and take a look at what's under there. Really satisfying to rip this rubber. So I'm currently ripping up the rubber in the middle of the bus, and it is a lot harder than it was at the front of the bus because it's not rotted. There's a heater over here, just in the way for me getting out the floor. And there's like 4 really rusted screws that attach it to the ground. And I did some research last night on how to get rusted screws out of the ground. It said if you hit the screw with a hammer a couple of times, then it can help just kind of wiggle it out and get the rust off. And I tried it and it's working. So stay tuned. I think this is really exciting. Taking my time, writing these words, should know them by line and verse by verse. Fishing out back by the old rope swing. Who would have known what's simple in the springs? It's easy to walk. Okay, we seem to have come to an impasse, and I'm not exactly sure where to go from here. But the problem is, the wooden boards are trapped under these metal rods that were used to hold the bus seats down, and they are screwed in there with these giant screws that I have no way to get out because they're so rusted and stripped. So I'm not sure how I'm going to get those out, which means I can't get the wooden boards out until I get those out. And here's the pile of garbage of all the stuff that we ripped out today. And even if I had accomplished nothing else, I learned a lot, and I know what I need to get at the hardware store tomorrow, and I know what tools I'm missing, so I still feel pretty good. Day 2. Day 3. So I'm just going to take a break from drilling because the drill's starting to get a little hot to show you my new best friend. This is a hole saw. This is what I got from Canadian Tire this morning. It is working so well and I'm very excited. Okay, so I'm just going to take a crowbar to see how much give we've gotten with getting a couple screws out. Look at that. It's already starting to come up. So I'm very excited. This is going to work. Okay, so I think I'm finally gonna get this middle panel out, which has been bugging me since day 1. Yes! Get out of here! Get out of my bus! Day 3 was fast and furious. Went to the hardware store, got the tools. So we made some really good progress in a really short amount of time. The stupid metal strip out of the floor, which means we could get 2 of those wood panels out, and we started taking out some of the really rusted metal. So it's gonna look way worse before it looks better. This is what progress looks like, a pile of junk. Day 4. We went to Canadian Tire again, got some more hole cutters. We're accidentally gonna do an experiment So we've got this one, it says 50 times life, and then we've got this one which is the same brand, but it says 50% longer life. And then we also have this one which is the cheapest one from a different brand. It says 2 times long life. So not quite sure what the base life is that we're comparing all these to. We also got earplugs, a dust mask, some safety goggles. Okay, so a bird just flew in here and was like hooked onto my back. Now he won't leave. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. Oh my God. Please leave. Stop pooping on my bus. Oh, that did nothing. Oh, he doesn't care at all. I'm just gonna try and go about my business and hope that he leaves. This is really not how I saw today going. Okay, metal bar number 2, you are coming out today. So we're gonna use the cheapest $10 hole saw first. So we'll see how many we get out of this one. So the $10 bit did just as well as the $20 bit, which sucks because I already spent all that money. But, you know, if you ever need to drill holes in metal, just get the $10 one. All the plywood is up at the front of the bus, and this is all the metal that's underneath. So yesterday we started with this hole here, trying to get the metal up. Pretty sure the only way we're gonna get it up is if we cut it with the angle grinder. Okay, so I started cutting along this seam here, right there. You can see the weld where the metal is attached to the beams. So I'm gonna have to go through and cut all those welds to get the metal off. They tend to make us feel alright, 'cause I just wanna feel alive again. Sometimes I think I'm lost inside, but I just wanna feel alive again. And if you want to, hey, look at that hole. Look at that. It's ground down there. Major chunk of metal out of there, which is great. Good progress. All right, so I've got almost all of the plywood up, except for around these heaters when they're, so I've got the heater detached, but it is attached by wires and these tubes that have the coolant in them. So I'm going to have to become an electrician and remove those wires. Okay, so never mind. My awesome father just came out and just cut the wires because they're not live and we're not keeping the heater, so just snipped them right off. No longer attached, and we're gonna try and get these hoses cut now. Bucket, just in case it won't start to spill out. Knife options. Okay, so I have a small hole in the top here. Nothing's spraying out, so I feel good about this. Okay, so we got some rags stuffed in the end, and I'm going to seal it up with duct tape just until I figure out where the other end of these tubes are and can seal them off for real. All right, it's ugly, but it works. Okay, the day is winding down. If I can get these last 2 boards out and get this pile of junk semi-sorted and into the back of the van to take to the dump tomorrow, I'll feel good about today. Okay, end of day, whatever day it is. We got so much done today. It was like 7 hours of really hard work. Here's what we did. Would you ever let me go? No, I know. Oh, and most importantly, we got the bird out. Day 5. Let's get grinding. So every time I take off my safety glasses, there's like a puddle of sweat that just like drips down my face. Oh. But we're making really good progress. I was trying to take this panel out until I realized it's actually just attached to this much longer panel that goes all the way back. So I figured I'd just try and take the whole thing out. This is no longer attached to anything. So that's good. Just gonna keep doing that all the way down. Hopefully that'll just pop right off. Woo. All right, y'all, look at that. Ah, it's like 1/4 of the way there. Woo! Okay, this is where we're leaving off day 5. I am so exhausted and it's raining. But look at that. Not bad. Hi, welcome to day 6. Here's where we left off. Let's get cracking. So it's been a bit of a discouraging day because the more metal that I rip up off the floor, the more rust I can see on the steel beams. And I knew that they were rusty, but it's one thing to know that theoretically, it's another thing to see it. I feel like I got extra dirty today. How did that happen? Okay, it's about 6 o'clock, 6:30. I think I'm gonna call it. It's an average day. Here's where we're at. I just wanna feel the love. Day 7. So the more that I expose of this bus, the more like weird things I find. There's this giant pile of wires, but like maybe 1/3 of them go somewhere. The other 2/3 just lead nowhere, lead to nothing. So, and then so many tubes that lead nowhere. Like this tube down here leads, like on both ends, it leads to nothing. So, look at that, empty. All right, y'all, 1 piece left. Get out. Oh my god. Oh, I did it. God, that was exhausting. So I don't really know what's next. Now we gotta fix this frame. So how to weld is in my search history. Ah. Floor removed. I have no idea how this happened.